What's going on, everybody? This is Asnos coming at you with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video, and today we are going to talk about these character bond stories, or whatever they're called now. Like, I don't remember this before the whole advised diary. Maybe it has been there, I'm not sure, but these episodes. Now, before I continue, let me just preface that I do not expect every single Bond story to end with us as the commander gaining carnal knowledge of the Nikke. I mean, for some, that's obviously going to be highly inappropriate and very illegal because, well, hello, not even going to say it out loud. But what I will get at is, for example, Dorothy, Summer Dorothy, you would expect that at minimum with the very clear fan servicey characters that something good is going to happen. Again, doesn't necessarily need to end in carnal knowledge or coitus or whatever you want to call it. But for example, Dorothy Serendipity's bond was atrocious. Didn't even involve the commander, it was just her being a friggin' psychopath over someone that looks like Pina. Summer Elig, Elig Boomenshock, we'll say the proper name, was just atrocious. And let's go back even further. Like, if we were to go back to last year's summer bond stories, those were great. I mean, Rosanna's, I believe, ended up in some deliberate cheek clapping, and with Summer Sakura, it was very, very romantic, and it, implies that something's good's gonna happen. Now, there's also this very back and forth where sometimes the commander is really into him, and just sometimes he has like the confidence and he's a very obvious Chad, and then there's other times where he comes off like a freaking virgin who's never spoken to a girl before. Admittedly, there are some bonds that I have not seen, such as the SR ranks, and there's a lot that I don't remember. If you think about it, there's well over 100 Nikkes in this game. That is a lot of bond stories. Now, I will say, though, Bretty's was amazing. I really liked Kay's as well, because it was something with the commander. Little Mermaid's was a little bit weird because she hasn't yet met the commander in the story, but I feel like they could have done something like, oh, this is like if she has already met the commander. So we haven't seen that in the story. And let's be honest, there's a lot of inconsistencies in this story where we're not seeing the end of a bunch of things. Like, for example, when Modernia made Chatterbox and that other freaking heretic bow down to her supremacy, and they called her, yes, my queen, or whatever it was. Like, come on, like, there's got to be a bit more consistency. Like, there's got to be more confidence, like, because again, we are so far into the game, and I understand that there are newer players that are just coming into the game, but they're gonna get the old characters eventually, so they might as well see how the characters have progressed already. I mean, heck, in a lot of events, this summer event was the first time that we've seen Rappy as she is now, based on the main story. So in most ways, these events have not really been canon to the event, to the main story, which I understand, they don't want spoilers or whatever, but come on, they're gonna see these characters. People watch YouTube, and at the minimum, at least keep the personality of the commander on point. Because, like, for example, where is it? Bretty. I mean, I guess I don't really need to pull it up, but Bretty, like, when she's sitting there talking about licking various parts of the commander, yeah, you knew where that direction was going. And like, for example, some of the best ones have been so long ago, like Leona's. Holy crap, that was amazing. That was so good. Now, again, just to showcase that I don't necessarily mean that it has to end in some level of coitus or sexual activity, Sora's was absolutely adorable. I enjoyed that one. Rouge's was pretty good. I liked Kay's. I mean, she's one of the more recent ones, because Kay kind of reminded me of that situation where you're literally like helping an ice queen thaw out and really connect with her. And let's be honest, it's implied that some good stuff happened in that one. But yeah, some of them is like, oh, the new Mihara, the SSR version of Mihara. That one was just, that was a bond with freaking Little Mermaid, if I'm remembering correctly. Like, it was so immemorable that I was watching that one on stream, and we started talking about something else. Like, we lost complete interest in that bond. It was just so unengaging in my opinion. Now, I'm curious what you guys think about how Shift Up is approaching these Bond stories, or whatever we want to call them, character episodes. I think there needs to be better consistency. Again, not necessarily pointing to carnal knowledge, but just with the commander having some level of confidence and not acting like he's never spoken to a woman before. So, but I'm curious to know what you guys think in the comments. I think they need to improve this, and not to mention start doing a better job of closing out certain plot holes that have not been addressed at all. But yeah, again, let me know what you guys think, and remember, for every like, subscribe, and follow that you do to my channels, Needy Person's Cheesecake Clap.